we've made it to Sunday morning here at GenCon. Streets are much quieter now. We are currently on our way over to the Union Station Grand Hall for the Math Trade meetup. This is where I'll be unloading some of the games that I've picked up that just never got played, and we're going to try and get sold.
Your name, where you're at.
Oh, no.
Well, we would have shown you more at the Math Trade meetup, but it actually ended up going very quick. So now we are heading back to the hotel, hoping to grab breakfast before it closes, and then starting the sad process of packing up to leave Indy. Boo. Last day of the convention, they closed the sidewalk. Just loaded up the car and then made a stop into Good Games. It's a very small game store just a few blocks from the convention center. They have a lot of good deals going on, usually during Gen Con, and on Sunday they have a lot of stuff at 50% off. Looks like a lot of the stuff had been kind of picked over at this point, but still managed to grab a copy of The Road to Innsmouth, which is one that I was kind of interested in trying. It sounds like it does some neat stuff, kind of escape roomy style almost. But now we're heading into the convention center for one last tour around the hall, and maybe see if we can't find some deals in there too.
So this is Orbit here. So in Orbit, it's a space race. Each player is going to be playing as one of these little spaceship characters right here. And your goal is to visit all of the planets first. You're going to have a player board that will show you which planets you have visited. So as soon as you visit one, you'll take that marker and remove it from here. Some of the markers will let you upgrade your board, getting more energy cubes or increasing your hand limit. So what you're going to be doing on your turn is you will play a card from your hand. It tells you how many spaces you can move. So you can just take small movements here trying to catch up to a planet, but also the planets move a lot quicker. So when the planets move, they move from one orbit to the next, so they'll jump down like this, and then you can just quickly hop on it. You can even travel with the planets. So as the planet moves, you can really hop and cover a lot of ground that way. So the cards will tell you how far you move, which planets move, and then if you get extra energy cubes, which is just extra movement points to move across the board. Or they can do things like if I see that you're coming up this way to get close to that planet, I can reverse the planet's orbit, which will push it in the opposite direction so that you can't win the game.
Oh.
So each of the cards gives you a slightly special power, but they're pretty simple. Game is 2 to 4 players, plays in about 60 minutes. We're ready for silos. Okay, in this game you are aliens, and your goal is to abduct humans, or even better, cows, because cows are wilds. So what's going to happen is this giant, nice, chunky UFO is going to go in each location and move around the board. As it does, whoever has majority will earn the cow, second place earns a human. When you have 4 of the different colored humans, you get to brag to your friends about how awesome you are and turn that in for a token. Collect 5 tokens to win the game. So you want majority when the spaceship comes. You also want majority because each location will fill up, and when it does, whoever has majority gets to gain 2 of those humans. You also want majority because each location has a special power that will do powerful things. When they're activated, whoever has majority gets that benefit. So in this location, whoever has majority at the university gets to graduate one of their characters, throwing a hat on them. And these guys are worth 2 influence at each location, so you can have more influence to get more humans. Because look how smart they are. The cowboys are good, but they're just 1.5 influence. Not quite as impressive as a college grad. And that's basically the game. Be in the right place at the right time to have majority. And on to Ego. So Ego is an epic space adventure. You're moving, starting in the solar system. You're all in the ship together taking actions, but you're definitely not working together. As you move, you're going to take each action on one board, and you're going to move to the next system in space, take the actions, and keep doing that until you get to your arrival board to finish. The actions are things like collecting cards, gaining tokens, exchanging tokens, and it kind of all culminates in these auctions right here. Each auction will tell you which suit of cards you have that you're auctioning with. So I can play a card, and then you lay a card, and you lay a card. Eventually, I dip out, and I get to choose my benefit last. And then second place and first place. First place will gain a bunch of points. Second place will get some tokens, and I get stuck with 1 measly coin. Later on in the game, I could even get stuck taking some of these offense tokens. I've offended the aliens, and I will lose points at the end of the game for offending them. Unless throughout the game I can come mend those offenses, discarding tokens to repair those relationships. So you're collecting cards, you're spending the cards, deciding when do I go big and when do I really fight for these auctions, when do I just give up and say, well, whatever, I'm going to take third anyway, I might as well not waste my cards. Because if I save them, I might get points at the end of the game if I can convert them for the points. And that's basically Ego, a big space adventure, going and doing these auctions and egging each other on to waste all their cards. This one's 2 to 4 players, 2 to 4 players, 2 to 5 players. Especially with 4 and 5, it gets pretty crazy with your auctions, and you're like, go, go, go,
I'm
go!
sure, yeah.
Hoping everyone kind of crashes and burns as bad as you do.
Alpine Trails is a 1 to 5 player game. It takes about 20 to 30 minutes to play. And in this game, every player will be building their own trail map like this. So this is one player's finished game that you're looking at. We'll all have our own. You start with just this big base camp tile in the middle here, and you'll be building out from there. Each round, you'll draw 2 tiles out of the bag at random, and we can kind of all play simultaneously. And you can see that they have different fronts and backs. There's all kinds of different trail types and terrain types. In the end, you have to add both of these tiles to your map to kind of finish the round any way you want. So there's a lot of decision making and how you're going to fit everything in there. Now, to score, there's a few main things to pay attention to. One thing you're going to want to do is create loops. And every time you do, you're going to earn a waterfall, which will score you some points. Another thing you can do is buy campsites, but they must be placed at least 6 miles away from your base camp. So it takes a lot to get those, but they're worth a lot of points. Another thing is you'll earn a point for your longest out and back path like this that's uninterrupted. So you can always work on that. And among all those 3 different things you can do with the trails, on top of that, there's also the need to keep all of your terrain types kind of clustered together. You'll earn points for your largest meadow and your largest rock area and largest forest and so on. So all of that's going on at once. It's very puzzling to try to keep it all together when you're given these random tiles to deal with. The animals come into play based on your opponents. Based on what they do, you might be awarded an animal, and you will have to budget in their little habitat tiles so that you can have somewhere to actually put them and score them as well. So that's the basic overview, at least, of Alpine Trails. It's puzzly, cozy kind of a game. 20-30 minutes, 1 to 5 players.
Hi everybody, Justin from Fireside Games. I'm the designer of our new game Ham Helsing, and very excited to tell you about it. This game is based on a graphic novel about a vampire hunting pig, and we have made a board game out of it. It is a cooperative deck crafting adventure game where you, as the heroes over here in Mud Canyon, are going to try and save Mud Canyon from the evil villain. In this case, the villain is Hen for this game. There's 4 different villains in the game. We're chosen her to fight. She's going to move at the end of every round closer and closer to Mud Canyon. If she reaches it and we haven't gotten her health down to 0, we are going to lose this game. So how do we make that not happen? Well, we're going to play cards in our hand. We have cards with a bunch of different icons on them on the left side here. I've got movement icons. I've got one that'll just give me some money. I've got different colored attack icons. So when I'm playing, I'm going to use all these. I'm not worried about actions. It's more about what icons do I have and how do I want to spend them. I also have a player board down here. Lets me track my amount of gold I have, my health, and skills that I'm going to be upgrading throughout the game. This would be like mid-game, but you get the idea of that. So on my turn, I'm playing cards, I'm moving, I'm fighting stuff. When I get to a space that has these spider minions on it, I need to fight them because every space has a limit to how many spiders it can hold. If it blows up, it's bad for us. Also, this is how I'm going to make all my money and skills. So let's say I come down here, I play my purple card to get rid of that guy. I'm going to take some movement, I'm going to run over here. I'm going to drop I have a yellow and red in here. No, I have yellow and blue, but we're going to go ahead and fake it. I got my yellow and red there. Now, I don't have any more movement left, so I can't use my blue, so I lose it, but that's okay. I'll get it back next time. End of my turn. Everything I defeated is going to give me rewards. I got 1, 2, 3 different colors, so that's 1, 2, 3 gold. It's also skills. I level up my purple skill, I level up my yellow skill, and I level up my red skill. Now, it's a bit of a cheat, but we're all here. Once you get your skill to the top, you get a permanent attack in that color. And that's good, because you need to level up your character before you go fight the boss. That's one of the ways you do it. At the end of my turn, I'm going to put out some spiders, and then we're all going to go shopping once everyone has had a chance to have a turn. So that means all that money I made from fighting those minions is going to get spent over here at the rat market. We've got these transparent cards that the rats have put out for us so lovingly. They all have a cost in the top corner. When I buy a card, I'm going to go ahead and say, I'll take this nice cheap one. I am then going to sleeve it into my deck, and kaboom, I've got a better card. So instead of building a bigger deck, I'm making my deck better every time I go shopping. I'll get all those icons next time I play this card. There are cards that will do just simple attacks and more benefits, more damages, more rerolls. There are cards down here that will let other players draw cards on my turn, all kinds of good stuff like that. Every time you play, you're going to be building a slightly different deck. The reason being, like I said, you got to eventually fight the boss. When you go to fight the boss, you're going to do the same thing I did before. I'm going to start playing all these different colored attacks because the boss essentially takes damage colorless except for one big difference. They're going to roll dice and they're going to possibly block attacks. In this case, they block all my reds and all my yellows. So half my attack was blocked already. The purples and blues will go through, but that asterisk is related to the boss board over here that has a special asterisk power. In Hen's case, I lose one of my skills. I have to knock it down. So everything is tough when you fight the boss. Way harder than fighting minions, but you got to do it. So the trick is work as a team. get those monies, get all the cool cards, keep things moving, coordinate, get together, get all the team bonuses you can, take the boss to 0 before they destroy Mud Canyon. There's 4 different levels of bosses, hen's the easiest. The last one gets pretty scary, but that's the plan. Work together, save Mud Canyon.
Well, we just made it back into Michigan. That is a long stretch of Indiana. Yeah, just wanted to kind of go over kind of some highlights of the week and I guess do a little recap before we close out this series. Game of the con. Do you have one?
I really liked Park Life, the little trick-taking game. I can't stop thinking about that one. I liked it a lot.
Yeah, I would say for me it would be either Park Life or possibly Furnace Duel.
Okay.
That was really good, but it feels a lot like Furnace, so it's kind of a cheat, and I love Furnace, so I'd probably go Park Life.
Okay. I would probably say Park Life also. I would say the biggest surprise to me was Antiques Ghost Show.
Yes.
That one was way better than I expected it to be.
Yeah.
I thought it was, like I said, I really just kind of picked it up based on the theme and the artwork, but it was pretty good. I was pleasantly surprised. Any other like highlight games that you guys?
I liked the mouse one with
Trinket Trove.
Trinket Trove. I liked that one. I thought that was good.
It was super cute. Yeah. Again, probably plays better with more than 2,
Yeah.
but very good game.
Mythical Dice, I thought was really fun too.
Oh yeah.
Oh
Nice.
yeah, that was such a quick fun game that, well, I guess it wasn't that quick, but it I don't know,
felt
for some
fast. The turns
yeah,
were
I think yeah, and it kind of, I guess that's why I keep forgetting that we played that, but every time I think about it, I'm like, oh yeah, that was a blast. What did you guys think of the hotel?
I loved the hotel.
So we stayed at Hyatt Place this year. They're I always get the Hyatts mixed up. There's a Hyatt Regency, Hyatt Place, and Hyatt House. So we were at Hyatt Place.
I think so.
Okay. Yeah, I really liked the location.
Yeah.
It was, I mean, we tend to spend most of our time on that side of town anyway. It was right across the street from the field house. And, I mean, they had free breakfast. Room was nice and clean. It probably would have been a little bit more comfortable if we weren't trying to squeeze 4 people in there, but it's Gen Con. You do what you got to do.
Yeah, the hotel was nice all the way across the board. It did have a nice pool that never got used. I walked past it a few times, and I think only one time did I see anyone in there. But yeah, it was good, solid, very hospitable as well.
Yeah. Very. The open gaming was great. The free breakfast was, I mean, it's free hotel breakfast, so it's not 5-star, but it was good.
And
Like,
it was more than a continental too. It wasn't just like bagels and toast. It was, they had like eggs, and breakfast burrito stuff, and French toast.
Yep. Yeah, so that, I would say that hotel's kind of moved up on my list of places that I don't mind staying when we go to Gen Con. I think my only negative was the fact that we had a hard time getting or keeping towels in the room. But even then, when we would call down or request more, it didn't take long for us to get them. They just weren't supplied right away. So that's more kind of nitpicky, I guess, than an actual complaint. How about favorite place that we went to eat?
Lock Miller's for me.
Yeah. I think I liked the food better at Weber Grill. I really liked that barbecue chicken pizza.
That was good.
But I liked the vibe at Lock Miller a little bit more. Like, that was a very chill place. We sat on the patio. Weather was beautiful. That was pretty nice.
Yeah, I mean, I go back to Kilroy's breadsticks. They're kind of my favorite. Look forward to it every year.
Yeah.
So that was really good. I also had a great Italian beef sandwich from the food trucks this year. That was just kind of perfect. And yeah, dinner at Old Spaghetti Factory was also really solid, really good also.
Now, that's one thing that Jen and I did not do this year, was eat at any of the food trucks. It's not something we necessarily go out of our way to do, but we'll usually stop at a food truck over the course of the convention. But we didn't do that at all this year.
Mm-hmm. We also did not eat breadsticks, Kilroy's breadsticks there.
We did not.
This year.
We did get something to bring home.
Yep, got them to go.
Yeah, we didn't want to go home without them. That'd be crazy. But yeah, we didn't have them while we were down there. Yeah, I guess with that, we'll kind of wrap up this series. I want to say thanks to everybody who stopped and said hi to me. I really appreciate that. It really helps kind of, it helps to, I love seeing the people that have been watching the videos. When people come up to me and say hi, that it means a lot. In a couple of weeks, you will see us again at GrandCon. So be sure to like, subscribe, all that good stuff, and we will see you in GR for the next con.
Worker placement all goes wrong. Trading sheet full